Hi chat. This is my lockpick set. It's basically just these few pieces. I've added this to it. This is a Peterson knife tool. These are just basically, they'll open 90% of what you need to open. 90% of that you will do with raking. The rest you might need to pick individual pins with something like this. These are the tension wrenches that you use to turn the cylinder while you're picking. Basically, this is all you need. This is my little kit. I love it. I've added this Peterson knife tool. You can use it to sort of shim things or feel around in locks. It's good for rotary locks where you have number dials on like a briefcase or whatever. You could sort of stick that in the side of it and feel where the grooves are, and then you know what the numbers are going to be after that. And then, so this is actually one of the locks I unlocked earlier. It used to be on our storage unit. This is my clear plastic thing. This is with a blank key in it, so you can see where the pins, meet up with the whatever, so that you line those gaps up with the top of the cylinder, and that's what allows the cylinder to spin, and that's how you unlock a lock. These are for tubular locks, for vending machines, video arcade games, whatnot. The ones with the circular bike locks and whatnot. So you use something like this to feel around and figure out where the pins are, and then you move these around, and then that basically turns this into a key. This is from Southward, just as this practice lock is. This is my pump wedge for a car. I used it last winter when my friend locked her keys in her car. You stick it in the top of the door. Use that to pry the top of the door open just enough to get a hanger. That's what I used, or some other long thing in there to either lift the physical lock mechanism or hit the door button. The other last thing is this is a lock that we lost the combo to, but there's a trick where you can sort of lift up on this and while turning this, and you sort of feel where the resistance is, and depending on where that resistance is based on these numbers, you plug those numbers in and sort of figure out the possible combinations for the lock. And I figured out what the combo is for this one based on that. So this lock is usable again. So if you have a combo lock or find a combo lock and don't have the code for it, don't despair. Basically, all you really need to start is this. This will open all the locks in your life. This is, I don't know, this is some generic thing. I like this because it's got these thick handles on it, and these are pretty solid. So I haven't bent or broken any of them yet. And it comes in this nice little case. It's right in my pocket or in my backpack. And it's paid for itself already. There you go. One more thing, there's a type of lock pick. Basically, it's not really a pick. It's called bump key. Basically, so these little divots in a key are where the pins sit. So you can take a key like this and grind all those divots down to the very bottom, and have little peaks and valleys, and then you can sort of stick that in the lock, bump it with the handle of a screwdriver or something, and doing that repeatedly. At some point, the idea is hopefully you'll get those pins to stick at the shear line or just above it while you're turning that key in there, and it'll unlock it. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. I've got a blank key that's one of these that fits on a lot of things. I'm gonna grind it down and hopefully make a bump pick out of that. So there you go.